Kia ora team! Welcome back to Bonneyville. Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Long John Silver. This is on the PlayStation 5. Welcome to my channel. Do not forget to click that like. And if you're liking, why not subscribe? Eh? Right, here we are, Bonneyville. Doesn't it look nice? Oh, it looks nice. Doesn't it look nice? Where were we? What have we done? Well, we've done stuff. What have we done since? Well, we've done some more stuff. I can tell you that. Anyway, let's have a look at the icons, shall we? Oh, it's a mess. Right, it's a bit of a mess. Some of a mess. There might be mess. Message, messa. Right. So this is all working good. So we did this Chappington up here, and we have these two trains that are now carrying the stuff up here, and we are doing pretty good with the whole steel front and ore front and whatnot front. So we're accumulating some things, which is great, and we're making some things. So we're staying in. We got like 539. We got look at that steel. Steel for Arizona. We got steel here as well. I could probably make this an awful lot bigger, to be fair. Yeah, so they're producing like crazy. Craziness is what they're doing, and producing is what they are doing, which is all well and good. Shall we? Shall we see? Shall we have a look? Shall we have a little butchery ook? Okay. Oh, I was hoping for more, to be honest. Looks a bit weird. You got all this big open area. You got this little gap here as well. Anyway, yeah, so we're making steel and we're making bread, food products, whatever you want to call it. Food processing. I mean, it's a loaf of bread, so I may as well call it bread. That's all right. They're doing all right. This here's doing all right. I mean, I could make this longer, but we've just seen what happens when you do that. Not a lot. So that's fine. So he's making all that stuff. They're making stuff. Columnar Viejo's getting some stuff, but not a huge amount of stuff. The issue, as you can see, is it's time, right? We got this lowly old train, which is not doing too bad. 49 tools, 14 machines, but it carries an awful lot of steel. But there's only one of them, so we're really going to need more than one of them, to be fair. The timber guy's doing okay dokay. He's producing the stuff that he needs and making what he needs and carting it all down here to this place, which has quite a bit stored. So they're making quite a bit of tools now. The tools are these tools? I guess they must be. They must be the tools because they've got quite a few tools sitting here. 340 for columnar. So yeah, so and there's 176 for Arrecife. So we're running short on trains is what we're running short of. This is now double lined. This is now double lined. And oh, look what I did over here. I moved this over. It was getting really busy. I'll explain why in a minute. But it was getting really busy here. So I've moved this over. You can see we got products stacking everywhere. We've got all kinds of things. Looks good. Looks busy. Looks like an inland port, right? With a lot going on. There's nothing out here except you people. But there's an awful lot going on down there, which is great. So I've melded this in here. At the minute, there's not actually that many trains going this way, but there is a line that goes straight through, which is fine. I've just kind of left it how it is. They seem to want to go straight through this side. I could change them over with a waypoint, I suppose, if I really wanted to, but they want to pass through the train station on the way past. Anybody that's stopping here is stopping on this side. And over here at Antequera, I did this. So this is a really long train. At the minute, he's not running back fully laden with fuel, but he is certainly helped to keep this place fully stocked. So he's leaving here, and you can see here that there's like 46 there. So he's probably a little bit too big right now. But because he's running backwards and forwards, he is making me money, but I could probably make him shorter. Um, yeah, anyway, that's what I did there, and I just left this as it was because it was just getting too confusing. Now then, over here, what I found out was that this you can actually connect up. See? See, it's connected. So I connected this little road here, and boom! All of a sudden, I didn't need any more trucks. This is now fully connected to the train station. So this little spur road out here has connected this up. So he is producing as much as he can, but he's somewhat reliant on getting the oil in. We're getting oil in from over here, of course, but it's just not enough that we're getting. And we have the oil trains, which aren't that one. That's Antiquera. No, Antiquera Villa de Cans. Yes, it is that one. He's only carrying 45. So these guys are shipping as much as they can, but we're just not keeping up on supply. We do have an awful lot of we got 46 here, so we got 30 and 46. So the trains that are running backwards and forwards for the oil, we need more of them. Over here, I found out same thing really. I can connect that up with the road. So I connected this guy up with the road, got rid of them trucks, didn't need them no more. So that's doing what that's doing. And the log trucks is fine because they're coming in here and dropping off logs and then going over there and picking up machines and taking machines into Rivas Vacia Madrid. That's what's happening there. All of that stuff is happening there. All of that stuff is happening there. We are probably in need of how many things we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You don't need to count. It's down at the bottom. I know, force of habit, right? And it still does this like skipping thing. Not you, sir. Not you, sir. Not you people. Neither. Where's the other guys and gals? Oh, saw you. There you go. I begging your pardon. You telling me there's a couple of trains down there that are not in good condition? Which trains are these? Hello? Where are you? Come back. Come back, come back. Columnar Villa de Cans freight. Right, so let us just take that off. Does it want to change that? Oh, it does. Excellent. So it was just the loco. I can do this by adding in trains, you know. Just in case you didn't know that. Right, he's gone too. Excellent. That just leaves some vehicles to deal with. We've got 117 million in the bank. It's just crazy. Just crazy. Yeah, I was watching something from another person, you know, the other day on the old YouTube. And it's like, you know, make 100 million before 1880. It's like, yeah, it's not actually that hard, as it turns out. I kind of accidentally stumbled into it, and I wasn't even really trying. So what are we going to do? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? Well, the first thing we need to do is we need to definitely get another train on this line. So what's the story here? What's the story? What's the story? I think what we need is we definitely want double track. So we'll add in a double track, and if you want to make the double track functional, obviously, we've got to put in a platform. So I'm currently putting in these empty platforms just for the time being. At some point I might think about whether we want to actually make these places look like something or not. I don't really know. So we're going to need that. One train coming in, one train going out. But we've got this line. So what I might do here is because we don't want we're gonna mess with them because they're not gonna like it. We want the trains to come in on the left and go out on the right, which is, you know, the antithesis of what the trains normally want to do. But that's okay. I think what we can do is we can loop that in there, and we'll just squidgy this along because that's a word. Squidgy. We'll just not have it connect to the appropriate node! Gosh. Nodes. Honestly. Why can't it just... never mind. And we'll go here. And we'll go boom. Right, okay. We have you doing stuff. It's now complaining because it's like, I can't get there. That's alright, don't panic. Don't panic, Mr. Mannering. Yeah, we'll come out a bit because the trains are quite long. We'll come out to about here. And we'll go back. And we'll come out to about... Come on, play ball. About here. And then just to really, really mess with it, we're going to say, there you go. It's going to go, what? That don't make sense. What are you talking about? That's not the kind of thing that we does around here. Well, it's the kind of thing that we do around here, is we do it all backwards. So that does that, really. They then come in and they then head that way, and he's coming in here. So this is going out. So that is there. That's that one. So then when they come in, if there's a train coming, then that's that. They'll want to pass on possibly. So you probably want to do that. Probably want to have just a little bit of room just in case, so we can do that. We've got quite a lengthy bit of track, but we can probably do that, and then that means it's going to come in and do its own thing. Now, that's fine. Just ignore that. We want to find places to pass, because if the trains are coming, we want to find places to pass. I think that passing down here would be nice, wouldn't it? Passing before it enters that passing. Is that, I think that's too much? It's quite close to where it's already 2 tracks. Maybe it doesn't need to be passing there. I wonder if we could leave that as a single track and we could pass here. In which case we're going to bring it down the side that it's meant to go down, just to really confuse everybody, myself included. Nodes! Gosh darn it. You crazy node people. Right. Which is then brings us down here. Now we then have this 2-track system. So what I think we're going to need to do is just wodge it on in there on the old 2-tracker. Because that's also a word. Oh, look at, you're just going to... Are you going to mess with me? Because I'm too close to your nodes. You just leave my nodes out of this. Come on, you can do it. That's too far. Oh, are you kidding? I feel like it should be right there. Don't you? Not there. Not there. It's like right. Ah! Oh, sorry. Right there. Oh. How bad does it look? No, it doesn't look dreadful. It doesn't look great, but it doesn't look dreadful. So that means that once there, you want to stop before you come out, which is fine. You possibly could stop before the road, because that would make sense. We then need to be able to send trains down here and back here. Can he come back? He cannot. So we're going to need to give that guy who's going to the timber plant the ability and or opportunity to change tracks. And I realize now that that's in the way. Boom. You go bye-bye. So what we'll do is we will have him, because this train's coming in. Let's go, yes, okay. So we'll have him cross over here. So signal-wise, he's going to need to stop. They're stopped. This is fine. What I need to do is add in some signals along here, which is fine. Where's my track? There you are. You can just change there under the tree. So then that means you stop there, and then the other trains can go this way, and that way, and possibly that way, and then there's a signal, and there's a signal. And then that's all normal double tracking all the way down there. Then this guy that's currently running on this side, um, he should, ideally, he should cross over. Let me finish these signals and we'll check him, because sometimes they don't and sometimes they won't, because they can get a little bit testy, can some of these train routes. So we need to just double check that he's going to behave himself. He should, as soon as I put that signal in, saying this is the way we're going out, the game should go, oh yeah, now I get it now, mate. You want me to do what? Um, it's going to block the other road, but we don't care. And then there's a signal there. So this guy is the timber guy. He's possibly the problem guy. So there we are. Yeah, so you can see with the arrows, he's going down that way, coming back the other side, which is grand. That's grand. So he's capable of making a relatively sensible decision. And the Columnarville Decans, um, unfortunately, is the same color. But he's also making what appears to be sensible decisions. So there doesn't seem to be any crazy decisions being made. Everybody, this is like the long single stretch. If we end up with the spacings causing us a problem on that one, we'll just have to fix it. But it should be fine. And then you go that way and you go round and you loopity doop in there. And I have given you the option there. So what I'm going to say to you is, for this one is, sorry, yeah, we don't actually want to delete it. At the columnar steel plant, you can go either side. Okay. Excellent. Where's our train? I think he's way down at the bottom, isn't he? Isn't he just left? Where is he? Is this he? Is this he? No. No. This. No. Oh no, because he stops here. This guy. No, that's the columnar timber. This guy? Yeah, okay, so he's coming up. If we start this other train off. Oh, the heck with it. If we start this other train off, we'll just see. We will just see. So I should, in theory, one hopes, with this guy going, if I hit that, and then I hit that, you should be up here. Where are you? You should be in here. You are, you legend. Right. Is he gonna load up with steel? He better. There's a lot of steel there. 14 wagons for food and 14 trailers for the steel. So that's 28. That's as long as this guy will go and maintain a reasonable speed. So he'll go round there and he'll drop off at food, and I reckon he'll be ready to go when this guy just hits obviously this long stretch. But I'll just keep an eye on it. It's going to be a close run thing. Who do you want to put money on? Money on right, money on left. Money on right, money on left. Go ahead, make your bets. Make your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Money on right, money on left. That's enough. Bet's closed. Go, it's going to be left. Left is going to make it. He's made it into the home stretch. Right, it's going to stop. Look at that. We're close. Yeah, we're close. Anyway, that's that. Stop. Yeah, he stopped. Right, so jolly good. So he's fully loaded up, 98 and 98, and this guy's bringing some stuff back. 3.6 million. This guy makes me a truck ton of money, and with this other one coming in, that's also going to make me a truck ton of money, so to speak. A trainload of money, you might say. You might say a trainload of money. That's what you might say. I don't know. We're having a silly accent day today over at Long John Silver's place, so you're just going to have to bear in mind with me. Bear in mind with me? I can't even speak. Right, he's off. He's off and away. Right, so that's that done. So everything is sort of hinging on steel at the minute, and to a certain extent, the fuel. Um, the fuel's a bit of a pain in the bum. And I need to. What's going on with fuel? Um, I mean, we've got lots of opportunities for fuel. I just need to realize those opportunities somehow, Your Honor. One of the opportunities I thought about is up here. I don't know if you've noticed what's happening up here. So what's happening up here is that we have two oil wells and we have a refinery, and we're not a million miles off the main line. In fact, we could probably come straight over this way and completely bypass the situation with the log supply place. So should we have a look at this place as a possible opportunity? There's stuff happening here, which is fine. I'm just wondering, because you might argue, well, you've already got a line here, really. If we could just somehow make it work better, that's my thing, is how do we make it work slightly better than it currently works? Because we could put, again, if we put a train in here, what are we bringing back? What are we bringing back? Because it would be really rather good if we could do something in terms of a return journey down here. So if we went down here and we were, I don't know, let's say we were picking up oil here and picking up oil here and then dropping it off there, there's nothing back. We could in theory, because what we know is we don't need to run there. We could run out of here. If we ran out of here, you'd have to stop at two places. It would be a bit weird stopping at two places. This particular line here, maybe this particular person here would be bricks and food, because we got food dropping off there and we got bricks there, and I don't think on any of these lines that are going to Arrecife that we're picking up bricks. We're not picking up bricks there. Is there one here? This one, Villa de Cans Arrecife freight. At Villa de Cans, what are we picking up? We're picking up steel and tools. So that's a steel and tools one. So that's not really bricks. And the steel and tools train, which is not that guy. The steel and tools is not you, is it? No, you're going to Rivas. That's not it. That's not it. Where is it? Oh, it's this guy. There's only one of them. The steel and tools guy is nearly full, to be fair, but he's pretty small. He's pretty small. What? Steel and tools, Arrecife. We need 151 tools, Arrecife. Are you fully loaded with tools? Young man, you are. 70 tools, only 53 steel. We're trying to sort out the steel situation. So if you're 10 and 10, we said you could go to 14 and 14. So tools, that's this thing here, isn't it? So what did we say? This guy is 10 and 10. So we should add 4 more of these. Not that. It helps if you actually buy it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, so that's him. Are you leaving? Can I just get you to go back again? Oh, they don't like it. Sometimes they don't like it. Oh, come on, you can do it. Honestly, he doesn't like it because there's another train coming in. There you go. Now he'll go back and do it. Right, pick up some more stuff. I want to see you do it. Yeah, there you go. So he's picked up. So that's fine. So yeah, so he's pretty full. So I don't actually think that I want to try and get him to do other stuff. So I could try and have it's a bit of a journey because he's got to come all the way down here and drop off the bricks and food. And then he's going to come out and then he's going to maybe stop off here and pick up oil. Now there's not a snowball's chance in the world that I'm going to be able to put a hub in there and be able to connect up those two directly to the train. I mean, we can't even connect up to that, and look at how far away that is. And they're much, much further away. This one is pretty close, but yeah, we can. I mean, we can't connect the bricks up either. So in theory, we connect one up. And the idea would be this one. It's the furthest away that makes the most amount of money. So we could definitely connect this one up, and then we could have that line running, which would be perfectly fine. So we could do that. So we could have a line coming through here. Gosh, I'm making a mess of the map. I mean, the idea is with some of this stuff is to try and make it look a little bit neater, but I'm making an absolute mess of the map. So before I do that, is that what I want to do? Is that what I want to do in terms of making a mess of the map? Is run another line up here and connect it up to that station? Do 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 do. You see, the thing is, the game calculates the profit as the crow flies distance, not like so. If I send him around, we're just gonna be burning money. Ha 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 ho hum tickety boo. So that's a problem. I need to go. I need to maybe sit and have a little think on that one. So that could happen, or oh, or or I could come over here and just ship product down here to the train station and bring nothing back, which would be a nuisance because in essence, like that's no money at all. That's a nuisance. Nuisance. We could we could also we could run a line out here off the Rivas line down here. I think you know what? I think we could possibly connect to both of these. I think we're close enough that we made it big enough. We could, in theory, connect it to both of these. Um, which would be interesting. How would I check that? If I ruled the world and I drew a line, this might not work because it's not directly connected to the industry. But if I did that and then I did that, oh, it doesn't connect to the industries. So it connects, you see, it connects to the actual things, which is not the same. So what you would have to do is get rid of that. what you can do instead is, if we can, where's the end? If we can find the end of the actual industry, right, and bring that out there. Oh, this one might be a little bit harder because that would be further. So we would have to. Yeah, he'd be tricky because I don't know if it will like that, but we'll see. Oh yeah, see it likes it on that side. I wonder if I draw that as a straight line. What do we think then? So we can do it. It can be done. So it can be done. We could in theory hook a line up here that would pick oil up from both of those locations, and then we could run that straight up to the refinery. It's a bit of a distance, but it's possible. It would. I wonder what it would do in terms of affecting these routes to this refinery, because we don't want to shut this refinery down. It's still doing a good job carrying stuff over there. This is additional to, not a replacement for. So it might impact that, but there's two of these. So, we'll see. We'll see. It's a possibility. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that. And we're going to have a look at being able to run oil up to here. Now, what are we going to bring back? That's the question. What are we going to bring back? Because we want to bring something back. So I wonder if because those oil tankers are going to be quite long, but it seems like we're just for some reason not getting nearly enough bricks, I think. I mean, this is still 441. So I think what we can do is we can run oil out, and then we can bring bricks back, and then we'll come back in, and then we'll head back out again. So we have this little, it's sort of a loop. We're coming back with bricks to here, to go over here, to pick up oil, to go back again, to come back with bricks. So we're only running empty for a little short bit. So that's going to add a few more trains to this line, which is fine, but I think it keeps it a little bit neater. And while it's possibly a bit of a nuisance that I can't really make it this way round. I mean, it's just not. It's not really what I wanted. I'll have a little play because if I can make this, I wanted to make another line to come down here, or I was certainly thinking about it, so that there was a possibility of bringing a line down as a loop down here because there's timber. We can make tools. So, there's the possibility that we could set up a loop line where you've got a train bringing timber down here, for example, picking up tools, dropping off tools there, picking up machines, taking machines back there, and you could do like a little loop, and then it's never running empty, and it's doing a whole carriage of things all the way around. That's a possibility. So yeah, so you let me have a little look at this and see what I can come up with, and then when I've come up with something, I'll come right back. Right? I'll see you soon. Ta-ta. Right, I'm back. Of course I made it work. Are you kidding me? Of course I made it work. So, of course, you're going to make this thing massive. so I did. So I made it massive. So it works. The trucks are a bit confused for right now. I think they should all sort themselves out. You sorting yourselves out, find a way out, go over the bridge. Yeah, okay. The bridge, it's not too bad. It's a bit tight on one side, but the problems I have with bridges, or the problems with bridges in general, per se, ad nauseum, etc., etc. Anyway, we'll stop there. So yes, we've obviously made this thing massive. So the thing itself bridges the gap between the two sites. So if we just double check, you can see that it's definitely picking up oil from both locations, which is awesome. Interesting to see how that's going to play out. Anyway, we then had right here. Now, I've double lined this and I've double lined this, but I don't think we're going to need it just yet, because for right now, the oil's going to be going out on the right-hand lane, and it's going to stay right down here, and then it's going to merge in just before the level crossing, and then he's going to carry on, join the rest of the tracks, and he's going to head off on up to the refinery. Right? And then he's going to come back after picking up bricks, and he's going to come back down this side, and he's going to come all along through. Now he's not going to cross over, but I have put a crossover here, but that's fine, but he's not going to use it. We're going to carry on down here. Now, I've put one little crossover here so we can get over to the other platform, because what I thought was I'll add in another platform on this one. And what I'll need to do here is I will need to add over some points, because he's going to come in on one side and then he's going to want to go out on the other side. And to be able to do that, he's going to need some points. I think you need to be forward of that. Forward of that? You don't like it at all? Maybe I need to start from here. Go back this way. No, it doesn't like that either. Maybe it is backwards. These points things. There we go. That solves that problem. Right, so he's going to come in on this side, cross over, make sure it's on the correct one. Going to come in here, going to offload, then going to come out, then head off on this side. There's a point there telling it where to go. It's going to come around here. There's some points to make sure nobody bumps into each other, and then he's going to head off and deliver back in, and there's some points in there to allow people to cross over. So that's that, right? So let's put this line together. So this is going to go from here, which is Revia Vichy Madrid. We'll give that a new name at some point. And we're going to go all the way up to the refinery, which is up here. And then we're going to come all the way back down here. So this one I'm going to call Revis Vashimadril oil wells. Which is fine, Villa de Cannes hub. And so at the oil wells, any side, of course, would be nice. And you're going to load up with raw oil. Going to go to Villa de Cannes hub. Going to offload the raw oil. And then you're going to pick up bricks. Right? I think. Is that what we're doing? I think it is what we're doing. And we're going to make that at any side. And then you're going to go to the hub. And it's going to be any of those. And you're going to just drop off the bricks. So you're just loading bricks, 100%. And that's that. And this is going to be... blimey. Reva's oil, and what did I do with the other thing? I did the Reva's oil and bricks. Now the thing is, so we're going to be picking up bricks here. We've also got someone picking up bricks for Reva's from here. So that's the Antiquaire Reva's freight. So we're clashing a little bit. But we'll see what happens, because if one of these lines proves very successful, then I can tweak the other line and say, maybe I don't need to carry bricks, maybe I just need to carry timber. Or maybe maybe I bring bricks and tools on that line. There's tools down here. So don't know how they're getting here. So anyway, there's a little bit of crossover happening. That's bound to happen while we test some of these things, stress test some of these things, and see how they're going to work out. Now there's a train thing here, so we should be fine, should be all right. So train wise, what do we want? Well, we want this bad boy. We really hope we're going to want lots and lots and lots of this. So we said we can get 14 of those. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That's 98. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14? It is. Now, bricks wise, 14 is like 90 something. Let's see, because there's several hundred there. So we're probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's start with 10, right? We're still on mediocre. We've got this train. No one knows where this train is at yet. And we're going to stick him on Reva's Oil and Bricks, right? Now, hopefully, it should come in here to pick up oil. Now we're already seeing we got some oil happening, and as we know, it's going to take a little while for oil to pick up, especially if we're picking up from over here. So is this guy going to start? He is starting to think about shipping stuff. This one. Now, for some reason, why have you gone off this way first? So interestingly enough, oh, because he started out on the wrong side. So he started off on the wrong side. That's okay. That's fine. He's gonna head off because there's not enough oil there anyway. So there's not enough oil there. There's one. Yeah. Okay. We might have to cut him down to size and see how he does. How's the brick situation up here look? For what have we got here? Reva's Oil and Bricks. So Reva's Oil and Bricks is here. And he's only got 26. So this very long train, not that very long train, that very long train that I've just made, that's costing me a lot of money, isn't going to be full. Now I could just cancel the bricks that are coming back here to Reva's completely. That would solve the problem, of course. What are we at? Reva's bricks 39. Right. So I think what we're going to do is, despite my best wishes of the Reva's Oils and Bricks, what we're going to need to do is save ourselves some money. So let's cut this down to 6, and this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right. So there we are. So we're shifting what we're shifting. What are we shifting? Where is he? He's this chap S here. Reva's Oils and Bricks. 42 bricks. So okay, so maybe we need more bricks. But hey, look, this is how these lines start out. So we start out small. We know there's some things that are going to be changing and things that are happening, which is great and fine. So that's another little connection put through that's going to hopefully start transferring product up there. Now, these guys, we need to keep an eye on these guys. They still seem to be firmly loaded with stuff. So they're still doing fine. So this guy's demand is still okay, but we will keep an eye on it because it might have an impact, it might not. So we will keep an eye on that, and we've obviously seen this is now at like 22, etc. But it is good because it does give us the opportunity to bring this line down here, like I said, and then create this little loop network. And we can have a look at what that little loop network means, whether we need to tidy up some of these lines, change some of these lines, make some of these lines make a bit of sense, and that would be jolly tickety-boo. Right? Everybody happy? Jolly good. Let us check the condition of vehicles, shall we? Two of those. That's it. Excellent. We're just staying on top, but there's a few of these. Okay, let's just keep going. $19 is only 20. There you go. And that is those guys. Right, okay. What else do we want to do? Well, I did say we want to think about giving the love over here a little bit. Has anything changed since I last looked over here? I don't think it has. Something's on the out. That's on the out. Obviously, there's a potential to build a bridge. We've got lots of money. And we've got bricks. Lots and lots of bricks. We could build a bridge. And we could run bricks over to Tomiloso, which would be the start of something beautiful, I'm sure. But listen, bridges over this river, they ain't cheap, right? They ain't cheap. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. So you gotta go up a bit, because otherwise it gets really upset about where you're at. So I think you gotta go up. What's that? That's one. That's one. Now if you go up one, we're almost certainly, I think, gonna cause problems for shipping. But even if you just go up one, that's 11 million to cross the Danube there. And if you go up more, it's like 13 million. Right? So if you wanted to be sure about getting, like, if we do want to get big ships down here, probably even need to go higher again. 4 or 5. And if we went 4 or 5, we're up like 15 million for a bridge. You're like, that you're worth 127 million, what you griping about? Yeah, I know, but that's 15 million for a bridge. You know, you don't get rich by throwing your money away, you know. That's not how it works. All over the countryside. May as well stop in Scotland while we're here. See, we're talking about saving some money. Yeah. Not sold on that. We obviously have steel here. And that's nice. there's only two towns on this side. I was going like, wasn't there a third? But towns don't disappear. So, and they both want bricks. And if you run a train line through here, cheapers though, I'd say run it through here. Where exactly would you find enough space to run it through anything? There's a walloping great big hill in the way. I'd have to build a big tunnel. I'll just like delete this. What's over here? Industry. That's fine. We could just whop through the old industry. Never mind the industry. And then we'd have to divert around this farm. And then we'd have to go down to coleslaw. That's a heck of a lot of money. I know 127 million seems like a lot, but you can burn through 127 in no time at all if you make some grievous mistakes. So I might just skip that for now, if you don't mind. What I was considering was more steel, right? Because we've got ore here. So but it's the same old but. But if you set up ore, what are you taking back? There's not a lot of stuff that anybody wants over here right now. And setting up steel is fine. We're making our own steel over here. In theory, we could make machines. Nobody wants machines. So I feel like that's great, but not essential. What they want is bricks, and there's no bricks over here. So I've got to do this bridge. I've got to do this Philippine bridge. Can you go underwater? Of course you can. I don't see why not. How far down would you have to go? One. Yeah, it doesn't like that. Two. Still thinks it's a bridge. 3, 4, 5. Oh, now it thinks we're underwater. 5's not enough. Look at that. That's horrible. 6. Can't go underwater. Can't build a... Like a bridge on the troubled waters. It thinks it's a bridge. So it doesn't matter how far down you go. It really does think it's a bridge. So you can't do an underwater tunnel. So it would have to be a bridge. And the bridge would be bringing in stuff. And then we'd want to put stuff somewhere else. You know, it's an awful lot like hard work. I'm going to have to sit and have a think about that one, because it is an awful lot like hard work. There's stuff that's probably simpler to do. One of the simpler things that I think to do, one of the things that would be worth doing, is shifting bricks up here, or even rocks up there. I don't think we got any rocks except miles away. We got rocks over there, but that's rocks. If we got rocks over there, what are they making? They're making food over there, but then they're also making food. Nobody's making oil, plastics just yet. There's no way. Brixton, Higgs boson. Haxton Bricks, no, Brixton. What's that thing? Something to do with babies, isn't it? Blimey. They want bricks, which is fine, but they want a bricks manufacturer, and they want food, which is fine. There's food over there. So I wonder, what I was thinking was, and it's convenient now that I've got a second track on the outside, is if I ran this track around the outside, and let's just say for now, we run it... I'd say run it right up the outside, and loop it into a hub at the top here. So we build like a little hub at the top here, which is close enough to be connected maybe to the food. Pardon me. And the oil. Now there's a convenient thing. And we run it down here, and we have like maybe even just like a little truck hub outside Palencia. We could be bringing extra bricks over here to this hub, picking up bricks here, which would create an increased demand for our oil and bricks trucks. Bring the bricks all the way up here to Ubeda, pick up food, and bring food back and drop food off at Palencia, which is fine for now. Let's just stick with that for now. We could have, and then it's just running back here with nothing. However, what we can also see is they also want machines, and they also want oil. So you could, in theory, run Um, yep, these tracks are multi-purpose tracks that I've created already. So we could run an oil over here, pick up some bricks, take the bricks and the oil all the way to the top, drop the oil off at the refinery, pick up some refined oil, which is fine because it'll go back in the same truck, so we just deliver the oil off in, and pick up some food, bring the food back, drop some of the food off at Palencia, and bring the refined oil back here. Um, then we got refined oil. Where's the refined oil going? Then we got the refined oil here, and then we need to move the refined oil somewhere else. How do we get the refined oil to where we want the refined oil? The refined oil needs to go to the refinery. There is a refinery there, and they want fuel. Or, or I don't know, or stuff. It's all too hard. There's things happening. So that's maybe the next thing that I want to do, but I'm kind of running out of time here. So let me have a think about that, because what do we do with the refined oil? We could bring it back here, and we could, but we'd have to set up another truck line to take it all the way to that refinery, or we could see if we drop off the refined oil here, we're not going to make a lot of money. We're going to make some money, but not a huge amount of money. There's a plastics place over there. So if we were making enough refined oil, there might be an opportunity to run a little line in here and have a hub, and then have that refined oil go into both those places. It's still a short distance. We get more for the refined oil going over there. It might be worth thinking about, because then we have steel, we have plastics, we can even start thinking about complete goods. And if we get complete goods, that's everything, that's every product that we need on the map. And then it's a case of connecting all of these together in what is an efficient way. And there's not actually that much going on here, really. There's a line that comes down here, and then it splits, and then you've got one line going that way and one line going that way, which is very soon going to become a little loop line here. And then you've got another line going up here, which quite literally could become probably a connection across the top, which will then become a loop again. So we've got this whole great big loop for freight, and then after freight is sorted, we can talk about passengers. So yeah, so we're getting there. We are getting there. That's definitely something that's happening. We are very definitely getting there. So yeah, blimey, there is a lot to keep track of, and you do need to juggle it in your head. And I'm doing this late at night after a day of work and traveling and doing all kinds of stuff and bits and pieces. So trying to keep my head together is fantastic. I should probably not be doing this kind of thing late at night. Anyway, we're going great guns. Look at us, 132 million. It's not even 1890. We've barely got anything. We've barely got any wagons. We're still in wagons. We haven't got anything motorized. Blimey O'Reilly, eh? Blimey O'Reilly. And then we really, really, really need to get this side of the map sorted. And it's going to have to be bricks first off the bat. It's going to have to be bricks. But we will have to get on that. Eventually, they are just a problem child. Well, there you are. That is Bonneyville. I do hope you like it. If you do like it, please click that like. It is very much appreciated. And if you are liking, as I say, do feel free to subscribe. I would love to have you as a member. Please have a look at the memberships. There is lots of fun stuff, and there are some pretty cool benefits to being a member of the channel. So I do encourage you to have a look at that. And of course, there is plenty of fun stuff on my merch store. You can go and feel free and have a look. Anyway, pardon me. I'll get on with doing a little bit of scrumming around. And I'll see you all again real soon. Ta-ta for now.